What's up, YouTube fams? Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. So, this last week has been very illuminating for me. One, I discovered that I have a very limited group of brokers that I can use in my trading career due to my current job. That is very annoying. I mean, very, very annoying. I can't. Ooh, it. Do y'all remember that the grinds my gears thing? Anyway, yeah. So I'm a little salty because my original trading plan was predicated on using something like AMP or AMP Futures or TradeStation, something that would connect over into TradingView. And so I can continue on with my super duper comfy, comfy life. Now, having found this out, I had to go through a bit of a mental roller coaster in my head. And now I'm trying to learn the Thinkorswim trading platform. So I'm not super excited about it, but I was testing the web version out on Friday, and I just downloaded the desktop version, which I'm hoping will give me a little bit more features, but I don't really understand it as well. So you might, if you're not interested in fumbling around a bit with me on this, then maybe it's not. You shouldn't continue watching the vid. But for now, I'm just gonna poke around and see how I can set this up to test it out from a simulated trading perspective next week and see if I like it versus the web version. One thing that I find to be very annoying is TD Ameritrade, their futures, they charge $2.25 per side. It doesn't matter what it is, E-minis, micros. So my original plan was to trade 10 micros, and I'd been, taking 8 off for partial profits. I can bank that and then let the other 2 ride. Sadly, if I try to do that on this particular broker, each side would be $22.50. So I now have to adjust my thought process and use just one mini instead of the 10, which is the equivalent of one mini. So that has me literally in my sleep dreaming about, well, do I want to set a specific TP? Since it's the one mini, do I my original plan is to go for, whatever makes sense. So if I were to get like super tanny, right? And this is on a daily, this is the desktop simulated trading version for this thing. But so for example, like here we have like this low here, it's been broken, shift. If I were to take something about this shift here, this is on the daily, then I would be looking to take profit right about here, right? Or here. This is on the daily. I've not yet, which one is this? Like, that's the 1 minute on the daily. 5 days, 5 minutes. I think you can yeah. So like this shift, this is non-farm payroll. Take that out and just write it up. Get something here and then, no. And then, roll up. I haven't even figured out how to do the Fibonacci. Let's see. There's drawing tools. Got little boxes, see what that looks like. Try to do a box. Okay. Just keep drawing boxes until I take it out. Let's undo that one. I'm curious about a fib on here. Who knows? I might end up loving this thing, but the the what's one of the fact that they charge so much per side is just awful. I do not approve of this message at all. Curious about the fibs. Fib here. And okay, so it gives you numbers. You can specify what you want. So if huh, okay, 0, 2, 3, 6, take that off. Those would be like optimal trade entry stuff here. Take those off. Can I adjust this to just negative 0.5? Let's make that negative 0.1. Oops. No, just negative 1, sorry. And let's say negative 2 on that one. And okay, that would adjust. So from here, if you 50%, 100% switch, totally doable. So what's that, like the 10 o'clock time frame? 8:30, I saw ICT do a bunch of things, put up a 20-minute thing where he ran that. In any case, how do I stop it from, I guess, just select something else? What's that? Oh, are these? Oh, I don't use any of that, so we don't need any of that stuff. All right, all right, so you're enjoying me just messing about. So let's revert this back to, let's clear everything. We're learning how to use this thing. Let's undo that one. Can you right click on these things? Oh, you can. Remove drawing. Okay, right click. Okay. Let's just get rid of this guy. Move that one. I don't understand that. Anyway, something that I wanted to look for in this version, since I'm not worried about any of this stuff. So this is simulated, and so on Friday, took a couple of trades. Just don't know if there was a particular window for, I think, trades. Don't care about options, futures, and there was an option to see the actual trades. It was technically my first time being able to see, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, being able to see the the different fees and things. Like 225 is one thing, then they add like $1.19 miscellaneous fee on top of there too. So I'm just like, now I'm planning what I need to do to um do what I need to do. Ugh, look how confusing this is. Like what? If I were just any old crazy person up in here, I would just be like, what the heck? But there's this, I watched a thing, and basically you just do this and you undo these things and then you add what you want in here. It's like, I think, active traders, where you can see what price you bought and sold and things like that. And you can set the orders here too if you want. Take that off. What is this? Big buttons. Oh, for buying and selling. You can add the chart here. And is that, oh, it's looking at the different, oh, that's cool. It's showing the different, I like that. It's telling the open interest at this point in time. That's not bad. I guess I need to just give it a chance, right? Would love to take this volume thing off, and I think in the web version is also, you can't take it off. So my question is, if we switch it over to say this guy and we home in, this is the daily candles, that was Friday's. Very annoying. I was looking to see where my actual trade details are in this particular version of the tool. So I apologize. I am searching for it. On the web version, though, it's a lot simpler. My general question is around looking at this version of it um, is around placing the stop loss, adjusting the stop loss, because I ran into a few issues where I thought I was putting a stop loss in and it just added another contract. And it was really confusing. I didn't like that at all. So, so that was annoying. Oof, that's an ugly candle, isn't it? Like that's a 1 hour candle, I do believe, for Friday. But I was able to grab a nice short to take this low out. Netted me over 1,000, but then I started testing out more features, so 554 on the day. But I just want to know, where do I see the details? But anyway, supposedly, I don't care about patterns. I don't trade like that. Which I guess we could do two. So this could be in 1 hour, and then this one could be the same symbol. So I'm trying to do this before I go take a nap, you know what I'm saying? So this one could be, take that off. We could chart this one, and this one could be, um, let's do a intraday, and so 1 day. Let's make this, can we do, yes, let's do 1 day, and then let's set this to like 15 minutes or something. See what that looks like. And how do I make this bigger? So you can buy, sell, create an alert, analyze, maximize the sell, restore the sell. How do I, anyway, so let's switch this one to like chart describer, share chart. I want to play with like placing and removing, let's do the 1 minute here. Let's go over here. Okay, so I'm just curious. So if I were to buy single right here, okay, it gives me another dialogue that lets me pick what I want. And you can't really see that, but let's see, can I switch? Oops, not that one. I know this is probably not fun for some folks, but if you can see that, or if it's gonna, well, it didn't show up when I tried to switch over, but I can describe it. So the general gist is cost of trade including commissions and fees is $2.25 plus $1.19, and the $1.19 is miscellaneous. So $3.44 to open up a trade. And let's see, does it let me? So it's looking at a margin account, and it's a buy. Okay, so if I send it, there's a limit here, right? So now I want to do a buy, cause I guess, oh, okay, so this one has a different option, right? So let's delete that one. So there's a buy custom. I don't know if you, oh, my window's in the way. Let me just move it over to the corner over here. Or maybe down here. Nothing's really in that space. Okay, so this option has a buy custom with stop. Okay, cool. So you can buy with a limit and then you can set a stop. Limit is here and then stop is market. How far away is the stop? Okay, so this is the stop is 47.26, so I can adjust the stop. So I wish it would tell me tickage and all that good stuff. So that's not bad. So if I said 47.20, confirm and send, and wow. So that will cost 688 for both sets. Um, with fees. So 688 with a stop. And then okay, so that's nice to have. How do I undo that? Whenever I zoom in, like, can I do a Control Z on here? Can I unzoom? So annoying. Ah, chart scale. Okay, hold on, it's stuck. Oh, okay. So charts, switch to manual. Ah, okay. Okay. All right. So basically this one has the ability. Can you, what's a stop limit? I don't know what the difference is. So more things to learn. So I also learned that in order to fund yourself, because I'm not going the route of the prop firms, right? So in order to fund yourself and not be limited, because I saw something on the web version that said 3 day trades left. And then I looked it up and basically you can only take 3 day trades if your account is under $25,000. So I did some more research and apparently you have to have $25,000 in the account to be able to trade or keep it at or above that amount to be able to trade unlimited, you know? So I was like, oh man, I got to think about how to make that happen. I'm not really doing the prop firm thing, but whatever. Anyway, so um, hmm, what is the price zoom? Let's see what that looks like. And charts, let's auto zoom. Okay, this is on the 1 minute. So 5 minutes. Let's look at the section here. So I got a nice short from here all the way down into here, and then I was playing around with the stop limit orders and things. Anyway, so not stop limit, but the stop. So it looks like at least here you can do them both at the same time, which is something the web version doesn't seem to have available. And then you can set the 4750, let's see, 52 and send and confirm. 688. Oh, you don't see the pop-ups, but yeah, 688. Hmm? What happened? It added it and kicked it back out. So account status, okay to trade, market change, nothing. Okay. All right, so you filled my order and closed it immediately. Oh, because they're right on top of each other. Huh, weird. In any case, maybe this is where I can see. Ah, here we go. Profits and losses. Uh, I guess on today. Hmm. Oh, wow, look at that, right? Futures commissions and fees, 145.82, and that's only doing like a couple of trades. Like, oh, that really hurts my heart. You know what I mean? When you look at it, what, what, what? I do not approve this message. Um, I'm surprised. Oh, let's go back 7 days. Do I have to set something for it to pick that up? There we go. Okay. So I might end up using the desktop version just for that. But I was, testing these things out, and then it just kept adding, like this one right here for the close. Trying to put a stop in, and it just kept adding and adding and adding. I was like, what? What? I think I was able to like open up one stop. So here's a stop at 148 and a limit order. Oh, they're at the same price. Oh, that's today, ignoring that. Oh, so limit order and then stop limit for 28.75. And then I had a limit to buy it back. Anyway, still trying to work out. I was using the web, so I think this next week is going to be better with the desktop version. So I just need to save my current version of this thing. One thing I do like though is uh yeah, so I'm gonna can I save this setup? Let's adjust this to auto zoom and let's make this one because if I'm using this for a year, I might as well not like have trading view or something, assuming I can get it to do what I want it to do. So and this one is 5 minutes. I'd like 15. No, 1 hour. So 20 days. Wow. See that nicely. 2023 year is complete. Zoom in on that. So each one of these is and 1 hour candles. So we ended with a nice hanging out. We call outside the line of this fair value gap on the 1 hour. And let's switch this one to 15 minutes over there. So all the way down here. No fair value gap here. Small one right down here that it just hung out in. All weeks, nothing else. So I don't know. We'll see how the week turns out. I'm going to be testing out the placing orders and things with this and determine if I want to set a specific number of ticks like 160, 120, that sort of thing. Not there was one feature I just saw. Um, what is it? Nope. I don't really know if there's certain things I'm not gonna look at, but so there's this stretch. Can I place orders in here? It's still doing this. Can I remove old drawings? That's not style. Let's return that back to basic. Now, do we have the same ability to, yes, we do, on this chart. So what was the other one? And so the watch list, can I switch between So there's this little mini chart here that it opens up, but it's not this chart, which is kind of annoying. You can zoom in. Huh. Let's go back into trade futures. And can I save this? Well, there's one thing that had news in here that I liked a lot. That was a nice thing. Oh, these studies things, they're like the different moving averages and blah blah blah, things that I'm not going to be using to trade with. But let's take a gander at this ICT non-farm payroll, right? So let's maximize. Let's look at this section of price action right here. See if I can be as comfortable with this. So on the 1 minute, 15. Zoom in on this. So ICT took a long, right? Fair value gap going up. I'm curious to see if I can do a similar thing. Ooh, can I take studies out of here? Take those out. I don't know what those markers are. I want to show price as ticks. Anyway, so he took a long because 8:30 saw all of this juiciness, and then we had a nice shift, fair value gap right in here for a beautiful entry long. Now, the one thing I do wonder about from a drawing tool perspective is if it has something to estimate the price. Text notes, price level. What is that? Price level. Huh. I don't know what that is. So let's just undo that. And let's go back to this. Anyway, so he had a fair value gap right in here. We had a shift. And let me switch this to manual so I can move this around. Can I? No. Okay. Zooming in a little. I think I wanted to maximize this cell. Right. Sorry about that, guys. Still learning this thing. So here we have, relative equal highs to go for, and like any chance at messing about with this thing is so ridiculous. Like, come on. Just want to zoom in on this portion right here. Thank you. All right, so non-farm payroll happened, boom, boom. Then price did its thing, hung out. And about 8:42, we had a shift. Not an amazing shift, but it left a fair value gap. Before that, we didn't have anything. Beautiful place for an entry, stop below here, and go for up there. It'd be nice if they had something to estimate the thing. Oh, can I pick the colors of the color grid for this thing? What's that? Okay. Doesn't give me the option. It doesn't look like it. Still lots to learn before I can start using this massively expensive thing. Very annoyed. Anyway, so shift happened. waited for a return back into here, stop this guy below about 3/4 of it, and then wait for it to take out this high. That's a nice run on ES, right? Let's see. NQ have something similar? Right, let's remove, and let's remove, okay, let's remove everything and let's look at NQ at the same time. All right, similar scenario, non-farm payroll happened. That's the Judah swing basically. Then we had a shift happen here. And did we have a fair value gap form? Let's see. We had one here, but this is where we finally got a shift out. No fair value gap there. Small tiny one right here, actually, right here. They roll back in, but the shift hadn't happened yet, so probably wouldn't have taken that. So ES was actually the better play for this, being completely fair. But in the afternoon, though, got a nice run on liquidity, shift below here, and basically just waiting for something. Fair value gap. It's on the 1 minute. I wonder if we can do like 30 seconds, if they'll let us. Let's see. Okay. 12, no, it's 30 minutes. Never mind. Looks like 30 seconds isn't probable. Looks like as far as they go down is 1 minute. Okay, that's fine. Right about here, I took a nice short for them to run out this low, which they did with alacrity. It was beautiful. So nothing juicy. Small thing right here. Stop would have had to be all the way up here. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know where I took it. They left this puppy open, which is nice. This one is the next opportunity for an entry. Because this is a what do they call it? What did ICT call it? A breakaway gap. There we go. My brain. Breakaway gap. So we've already shifted, taken some stuff up here. So now it's time to go run for the next set of liquidity, which is down here. So taking it here to down here, it's a nice move on one contract. That's a very nice move. In any case, it's Sundays and it's about 2 o'clock. I'm gonna probably gonna call it there just for now. I just wanted to take another look at this and get a feel for what it looks like so I can play with it next week and figure out if we had better options for doing the stops. I just need to do a quick Google fooing on the stop limit. I think there's education in here. Oh, okay, cool. So get tiny for a second more. I'm a new person in finance, blah, blah, blah. What would you like to do? I don't. I want to know what stop limit in this scenario means. So let's look that up really quickly. Versus just a regular stop. Limit orders, market orders, and stop orders. Well, I understand what a stop order is. I'm talking about a stop limit order. I do not see that in here, which means I will have to Google foo this. And that's fine. But I'm very salty because a few test trades and the fees were already $145. I mean, are we kidding? Well, you know, I tried 10 micros. That was $22, $22.50. I'll have to get over that since, I have to work within the confines. But as soon as I don't have to, man, I'm going to a cheaper broker. This is ridiculous. Anyway, so y'all enjoy your Sunday. I'm gonna go hang out with my kitty and watch some anime. And oh, one last thing. So something else that I've been thinking about what I need to do since I'm gonna start trading this year, real deal, Holyfield mud months, is the tax implications, right? So there's this thing called mark to market that I've been considering, and it's basically an election that you have to make by March 15th or so of the year that you want it to be eligible for. So for this year, I would have to, make sure I file my taxes and it's in before March 15th and add form 475F, I think, to it. And the general gist is if I do mark to market, and let's say I spend the year and I have a bunch of losses, mark to market will remove them from being capital losses to just regular, gains and losses. And so instead of if I don't do it and I have losses, I can write it off up to about $3,000. But if I do the mark to market, then I can, let's say I lose my entire like account, then I can write off the entire amount on my taxes, instead of just 3,000. But the caveat is though any gains that you make that year will be taxed about 37%. Right? But without it, I think it's around 26.8. As I'm researching it. So, since it's my very first year trading, I'm going to err on the side of caution and submit a mark to market, but I'm a little salty about how much taxes they'll take out because I have every confidence that be, I will not have like a ton of losses this year and I'll have more gains. But you do have the ability to remove it when you're ready. Because once you put it in, it's good for every year until such time as you put in another form to remove it for the next year. So that's the plan for now. Uh, so I'm just saying this because, you guys have watched me grow for the last year and a lot of things that are super interesting to me and super important to me is making sure I do this right and meticulously and treat it like a business. So that's the plan. I'm gonna treat it like a business and just go from there. In any case, what are we like 37 minutes? That's pretty long. Thanks for hanging out with me as I poke around the Thinkorswim platform and figure out a few small things and how it works. It might be a little dry and boring, but if I'm being honest, like this whole thing is supposed to be dry and boring because it's not a game. It's not a video game. It's not an anime. It's not, meant to be fun. I'm over here I'm finally going to try and make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to make that money. You know what I mean? It's time to make that money. So if I'm going to be treating it as a business, then I need to take the time and consider all the things that go into a business. So I'm going to do that. Make sure that I have everything tax focused in mind because Uncle Sam's going to need their money. They're going to come calling. And I need to make sure that I got all my T's crossed and my I's dotted and all that good stuff because my mama ain't raised no fool. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Anyway, y'all be safe. I'm gonna go look at my trading plan and I will talk to you guys later. Be safe, Shakira.